Last full day here in Southern California, and yes, I'm gonna go down to the beach. Everything around here is monarch themed, and for that reason, today I'm wearing my monarch colors. It's all about the butterfly. Hopefully I'm gonna get you some more information on this later today. Something going on over there, but we're going out the door for weather and more. Another gorgeous day. I don't need my jacket today. There's a crow right there, see? Can't plan this stuff. He knows there's food right inside that room. There's another one up there. They're all connected. It's all connected. The weather is all connected. A beautiful palm tree. I never did find out what that bird was that eats that fruit or the name of the fruit, but got one more day to figure all that out. Today, the weather is impossible to figure out in New England. What an incredible gradient. We are setting records. Near New York City, there has not even been an inch of snow. Meanwhile, at Jay Peak, Vermont, you know I'm all over that, 4 feet of snow in the last week. And the gradient is getting tighter, believe it or not. We're gonna have a faster, flat flow setting up for the foreseeable future to end out January anyway. So instead of tapping the Gulf of Mexico with these storms running up the Appalachians, now we're going to have ripples of low pressure running along 2 different boundaries. We have the polar front and the Arctic front. Let me just fast forward to the Wednesday map here from pivotalweather.com because it illustrates with the blue lines the difference between the polar front and the Arctic front. You see that line from about Killington to Sunday River that says 510? That's the height of the 500 millibar level. That's the Arctic front. And then well to the south, you see a little blue near Virginia with the line, the blue line, the 540. That's the polar front. And you see how they're kind of flat from left to right? That means the air way up in the sky is ripping along from west to east. That's our fast, flat flow. And the black lines on there are the isobars. You have a little bit of a low pressure on an Arctic boundary and it snows like crazy. Sunday night at Jay Peak, that happens. And then you get a little ripple along the 540 line, that's snow and rain mixed, which supposedly is gonna dip south and stay south of us, which is extraordinary. What's extraordinary about that is because it's supposed to be so quiet in Boston. Well, we could use some quiet weather. The forecast is for temperatures near 50 over the next couple of days, even as it's snowing like crazy at the Canadian border. It's nice and warm in southern New England. If I were home right now, I'd be tempted to get out there in the garden, but it's a false alarm. It's just another part of our just endless January thaw in southern New England. The polar front's going to start slipping south, and then the Arctic front is going to start slipping south. And as that happens, it's sort of a wayward polar vortex wobbling around in southeastern Canada. It's an impossible forecast. So I'm doubling down on don't trust anything beyond 2 or 3 days. I think we do end up with a nice weekend in southern New England, but all bets are off once you get to the Canadian border. Strong low going across James Bay Saturday. And then the Euro is still adamant that we're going to have low pressure missing to the south on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there. There'll probably be more than one. When you have a fast, flat flow, you can't really see the perturbations because right now they're not even formed or they're out over the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean, that's right there. I don't see anything. I do see Catalina though. What a view of Catalina. Beautiful park down there. And I'll show you more of that probably tomorrow. So I guess we'll just say that the cold air is going to settle in and there should be some action with some snow in southern New England sometime in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And right now the guidance has us frigid on Groundhog Day. 6 more weeks of winter? We haven't even had 6 weeks of winter unless you take a few days put together and add them up, like around Thanksgiving and before Christmas and what's going to happen here January 31st and February 1st. frustrating winter in the east, but it's been incredibly snowy out in the west. And you add up what happened out west and what's happening in the east, and you divide by 2, and you get weather being weather. I did not take my camera with me yesterday on a walk down through this park, so you're not going to see me playing with all these huskies at the dog park. You're not going to see me watching people drop in on a double overhead break at Salt Creek Point. Those guys are good. I'll try and get that for you today. Instead, what I'm going to leave you with in more, the stoke level at J Peak. Contributors, Sean Vecchione in the bull wheel. You can feel the vibe. Josh Worth up on the mountain. You can feel the vibe. And also leave you with a little bit something from Cape Cod, where it's beautiful. Thank you, Chuck Stockdale, for sending the vibe. All right, one more day tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some Monarch experts to talk to today and get on the plane tomorrow. So I may or may not have one of these for you tomorrow, but we'll definitely be back with T-Rex on Sunday.
Look at this. Boom. 12 to 18 on the ridge already. Oh, fuck yeah! Woo! Ah. And Tim, this is right now. I mean, it's still snowing so hard here. I just snowblowed as it was getting dark, and I probably can't see, but I mean, there's 6 inches in my driveway. This is a good one. Probably the best one of the season. Definitely so far, anyway.